Cheesy peeps, man! Semi-final VIAPLay League Cup, whatever you want to call it, Premier Sports, even though it's not sponsored by that anymore. But VIAPLay is a pretty shite name, in my opinion, but they can plaster it everywhere. But it doesn't change the fact that it is Aberdeen versus Rangers tomorrow, 2 o'clock on the button at HAMPDEN. And of course, it could set up a potential Old Firm final, because realistically, I don't think Kelly are going to do much. Will Carlaffy have the last laugh today? Check out on Fog Football later on for that match review. But in terms of this game, I've put out the predictions, only put them out 23 minutes ago. We've got 19 votes, with 89% for Rangers and 11% for Aberdeen. I mean, I don't see that changing too drastically, so that's where I'm going to leave the predictions. And in terms of news for Rangers, we have got... Oh yeah, we've got Cantwell preferring Rangers move, but guess what? We've had no bids, so I'm not going to talk about the Cantwell move because the transfer action's just not really happening, and I feel like I'll make a transfer vid later, right? But as for right now, we have to talk about the semi-final. Aberdeen are in pretty dire form. Rangers are doing really good at the minute, and you can't dispute it. And we have to go into this game, and we have to get the win. We have to take away the curse that's been the cups recently. Of course, we won the Scottish Cup. We've won the last cup that was available, but, you know, Gerrard's record wasn't good. If it was the only blip on Gerrard's CV in terms of Rangers, boss, that definitely was it. I mean, of course, you could say, oh, we only won the league once, but come on. He stopped 10 in a row. He ended the dominance, and he got us back to a fighting force in Europe. So, Gerrard, we appreciate that, and we love you for it, son. But in terms of Michael Beale, he was a part of that setup. So can Beale... Like, you know, Beale could do a double this year and would automatically straight away have more titles, trophies to his name than Gerrard, which would be a weird dynamic if we're being honest, because, like, you just wouldn't think that, and would that put Beale, would people truly view Beale as better? I'm not really 100% sure, because, you know, obviously, like, trophies matter a lot, and, you know, if he gets two, I'm not saying Fume is better, because of course 10 stopped, and that was a massive thing, but if he actually gets 2 trophies in the first, 7 months, compared to what Gerrard did in, 3 years, I think that would be a pretty big deal, in my opinion. And you never know, maybe one of those doubles could be the league if things can go our way. But in terms of the news, I can't really see any team news for this game, but as for Rangers, we've got to do our own thing. And in terms of a starting 11, it's got to be, I'm going to put McLaughlin in there. McGregor isn't really doing it for me at the minute. I'm going to go with Barisic. I'm going to go with Davies and Goldson, because you know what? They've been really good since they came in. I'm going to go with Tav. The midfield three, I think, really just kind of picks itself. I'm going to go with Jack. I'm not going to go with Jack. Lundstrom, Jack, and Tillman. And now, if Laurie is available, I'd like to see him feature at some point, but who knows? I'm going to go with Kent, I'm going to go with Morelos, and I'm going to go with, who am I going to go on the right? It's that man, Fashion Sakala, the guy that's turned his Rangers career around, definitely. Man. And as for Aberdeen, I'm not really hearing an awful lot in terms of injury news for them, but they have made a couple of signings so far in this January transfer window. But you know what? If Rangers turn up on the day, like we know we can get the job done. But in the last semi-final we played against Aberdeen, of course, they defeated us. I believe it was actually Lewis Ferguson who scored the goal then. So yeah, that's a good couple of years ago now. But in terms of this game, as for the score prediction, I'm going to go with 3-1 Rangers. I think it'll be relatively easy, but, you know, it's always going to be tough being a semi-final and all that good stuff, guys. But anyway, I want you to leave your thoughts down below, and until next time, peace.